Okay, these are Bay-breasted Warblers. I'm putting the base coats on them, and right now I'm going to darken up the secondaries. I've already darkened up the greater wing coverts. This is just the first coat. I'll probably go over these 2 or 3 more times, but the idea is to leave the outer edge of each feather unpainted. Now it really helps to have this painting stick here so that I can hold the bird and turn him when I want to. It also really helps to have a nice sharp brush like this number 6 Dick Blick Wonder White. What a pleasure to paint with a nice brush. And I prefer, since I'm right-handed, I prefer to paint the left side of the bird. It's harder for me to paint the right side. On the left side of the bird, I can lean the bristles of the brush up against the edge of each wing each wing feather that I've carved, and it goes pretty easily. All right, so that's about all I'm going to do, except I'll also do the tail. Just lean it up there, run it down through. A little more paint on the brush. This brush, being a 6, holds quite a bit of paint, which is great, and it wicks down to the point. So there, that's that for that bird. Now I'll do the next one. Just trying to leave the outer edge unpainted of each feather. Oh, well, you know, I misspoke, because I can paint the right side of the bird just as easily. I can lean the brush up there just as easily. So let me find out why I said that. I guess it doesn't matter. I can do either side. It might have something to do, I know there is, might have something to do with painting down in here, the bottom part of the feather. Maybe that's easier on one side than on the other. But anyhow, you'll find that if you're right-handed, you like to paint one side better than the other, easier more than the other. Okay, so I'll leave that like that. I'll just do the tail quickly. I missed there. But this isn't real critical. Accuracy isn't real critical here. It's the base coat. And the more you paint on the bird, the finer you'll get. Colors will start to come out. So that's how you do that. You notice that my fingers are always braced. I'm not painting freehand. It's important to have a firm foundation for your fingers, so they're always braced on the bird. Okay, now the tail. Good. Tail. I'm making 7 of these warblers. It just happened that I cut out 7. I usually make 6 of everything. Must have had just a little bit of wood left over, so I made 7. And so you do the same steps 7 times. 7 birds. And I have 2 more to go. And you don't want to take too long to do anything, because you have to sell these for a reasonable price, and the more time you take, the less you make per hour. Although you still want them to look as good as you can. Now we'll do the tail. When you're painting base coats, you don't want to get too worried about things. Do a nice job as you can. Try to capture the correct colors the first time, but don't get too worried. You're going to be painting on them probably for 2 more days. This is the first day. And they should look like whatever species they are by the time you're finished with your base coats. And they even have a pretty little soft watercolor appearance that I like, actually. But they should become more and more realistic looking as you keep painting. Tail. This is my last one. I usually follow the same procedure with each bird, so that it becomes, you actually can get a little faster. By the time you get to bird number 7, you're actually going a little faster. So there he is, and there they are. That step is done.